This is a success story for me from just a few months ago about how important angles are in marketing. The short version is I'm AIPodcastMatcher.com's biggest affiliate. AIPodcastMatcher.com is a domain that I bought that 301 redirects to my referral code on Podmatch, which is a service for matching hosts who want guests on their show, podcast hosts who want guests on their show, to guests who want to go on podcasts. And it uses AI to match relevant guests with relevant hosts. I tried promoting this tool a million times. I used it to go on 30 podcasts in 3 months in 2022. I only recommend tools and platforms that I have personally used or personally believe in. Something that I think is really cool. Even if I haven't used it, but I saw it and I just genuinely thought it was cool, I'll share it. If it has an affiliate program, of course, I'm going to use my affiliate link. If I've used it and I liked it, I'm definitely going to share it. That's my brand. I share stuff that works. And so I made so many videos about this tool because I make videos about everything that I do with marketing. I think is what's interesting and what the story is, it took me sharing it from all these different angles for me to figure out what worked and what didn't. And it was one angle that actually made it pop off. So when I started sharing it by saying, hey, look, I'm getting all these backlinks by going on podcasts, by going on multiple podcasts every week. And I'm going on these podcasts through these tools. This is an easy way to get backlinks, to have people talking about you, because when you go on shows, the hosts share you on LinkedIn. They share you on X as well. You appear in YouTube thumbnails. Those YouTube thumbnails show up in Google Images for your name or for your brand. You're meeting podcast hosts who know lots of other interesting people, and they will often recommend you to those interesting people. And you get on podcasts. You get press. You can also share this on social media yourself for social proof. But for me, what I thought was most interesting was this was a cool, unique way to get backlinks for SEO. So I made a ton of videos using my domain that I bought, AIPodcastMatcher.com, and saying, hey, look, you can get all of these backlinks by going on podcasts. This is an easy way to do it. This is what I did. I got 30 links in 3 months. It was 30 appearances in 3 months. And then what happened was, this was a couple of months ago. It was, I think, 7 p.m. I hadn't made a video for the day. I make daily short form videos every day. I hadn't made a video for the day. And I'm like, what do I talk about? And it was super lazy. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to share Podmatch. I'm going to share AIPodcastMatcher.com. And I'm just so tired. I was really tired. I couldn't even think creatively. I'm just going to share it for what it is meant for. And I tried it from all these other angles, and I hadn't actually tried sharing it just for what it was meant for. And so I go to a cafe to keep myself awake. And in the cafe, I record, you can actually go on podcasts as a guest, even if nobody has heard of you. And I think something like that was my hook. You can go on tons of podcasts as a guest, even if nobody has heard of you. I did it in 2022, and I went on 30 podcasts in 3 months. You fill out a profile. Here's mine. And then the AI recommends you to hosts who want you on their show because you'd be a relevant guest on their show. That's how it works. It's AIPodcastMatcher.com. You can check it out. And that was pretty much the video. I think it was a 30, maybe 40-second video. Very short. That video I thought was so bad. I put it up anyway because I'm just like, put up everything. See what happens. The more content you put up, the faster you grow, the more visibility you get. So I put it up anyway. I thought it was so bad that the cafe that I was at was closing, and I went to another cafe to record another video because I knew that if I went home, I wasn't going to record a video. I wasn't going to stay awake. And I went to another cafe to record a second video that I thought was a lot better. And that second video that I thought was a lot better, I don't even remember what it was about. And it didn't do very well. But the first video that I thought sucked, that was from the laziest angle, which is just talking about what the tool was meant for, and the angle that I had never tried, even after multiple years, I'd never tried this angle. That video exploded. The first video, which I thought was so bad, exploded. And it's gotten, I think, 2 million views so far. And it's me sharing this tool through my affiliate URL. That video has made me Podmatch's biggest affiliate by far. It's made so much money. And it took multiple angles for me to figure out what people actually care about. something I say all the time on the show is I believe people give up on projects way too soon. Everyone's looking for instant product market fit. They are looking for an idea that immediately has legs, that just people want immediately, and it's just immediate success. And I think any product, any service, any brand can find a good market, especially if there's not a lot of stakeholders involved. If there's a lot of stakeholders involved, it's more complicated because now you need to make more money to satisfy all the stakeholders and things move slower, and that's a bit different. People don't have the same patience that maybe a single individual would have. But even then, if they moved as a unit and were coming up with more ideas, better ideas as a unit, and they still had a lot of patience, I believe in this theory for actually any company, which is that businesses give up way too soon. And it took me 2 years to figure out an angle that made this thing pop off. Also, and this isn't the point of the story, but it is also a testament to just how important it is to post, because you don't know what is going to do well and what is not. And I've had this happen now so many times where a video that I think is just garbage will do really, really well and completely shock me. And it's a video that I didn't even consider posting. Everyone just tries marketing their product, usually from just one angle. They don't try doing it from multiple angles. And the thing that I really like about social media marketing is that if you have an uninteresting angle, not that many people are going to see your failure. And people really just see your successes because the entertaining videos, those are the videos that get seen by a lot of people. So people see you for the best you, for the most interesting you. And so you can afford to test all of these different ideas and angles to promote your product or service. Podmatch, AIPodcastmatcher.com, it's not my product or service, but I've made thousands of videos at this point, so I need an infinite amount of things to share. And it's just one of the things that worked for me really well to get success that I share among other things. And so I shared it a bunch of times from so many different angles. Here's how you can network with cool people. Here's how I got all of these backlinks for SEO. You can also control the language that you use when you're getting the backlinks, which I think is especially cool because when you go on a show afterwards, you send the host what you want in the description with your links. So you're saying what language you want describing your brand with links back to your brand. Google is using that language to understand your brand, and that language was written by you. And I think that's sweet. For example, I could use Podmatch. So I already have my newsletter, my weekly newsletter, edwardstrom.com/newsletter ranks #1 on Google for growth hacking newsletter. I did that by submitting my newsletter to a bunch of newsletter directories, free newsletter directories with language around growth hacking newsletter. But I also wanted to rank for digital marketing newsletter. What I could do is I could go on a bunch of podcasts using this tool and say, oh, I have this weekly digital marketing newsletter. That's what I want to share. And then in the description for each show, I have a paragraph about my digital marketing newsletter. And I use the term digital marketing newsletter to describe the newsletter. And that appears in a bunch of the shows that I go on. And then I also optimize the page a little bit for digital marketing newsletter. And then I could see myself ranking for digital marketing newsletter. I could see my newsletter ranking really well, even #1 for digital marketing newsletter, just like I did for growth hacking newsletter. So I thought this was so cool, and that was the angle that I was sharing this tool from. The one that ended up popping off was literally what it was made for, and I hadn't tried that angle yet. So it takes multiple tries, and it might not have been the angle that it was made for. It might have been a different angle too. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't even think the video would do well. Another quick example on this that's on this line that's similar to this. This was, I think, around 2 years ago. ChatGPT had just come out, and me and my friends, we wanted to build something with ChatGPT. We wanted to just experiment with it. So we made this tool where you ask, it was called bestreasonswhy.com. It doesn't work anymore. And you would ask for 3 reasonable reasons to do literally anything. And it was literally anything you could think of. You could write in the nastiest, worst stuff, and it would still give you 3 reasons to do it. We didn't have moderation in. And so in 75 minutes, I made 3 videos sharing this product that we made, bestreasonswhy.com. We made it, I think, in a day and a half. And I made 3 videos in 75 minutes sharing it. Video number 1 got, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 views. This is back when you could talk about AI in any video and the video would just pop. So video 1 got 2,000 or 3,000 views. Didn't really get us any users. Video 3 got the same amount of views. Didn't really get us any users. Video 2 got 67,000 views. And in a single day, it was either like 1,500 or 3,000 users. And then the users started sharing it. And our OpenAI fees were $100 or $200 a day. There were so many people using it. And it was because of video 2. Video 2, that was the interesting angle. I had tried all these different weird angles for the 3 videos. I think the first one was like, we made an AI that will tell you why you should try to speak like a kitty cat. And that was my hook. That one flopped. And then video 3 was, we made an AI that will tell you why AI should be the next president of the United States. That was video 3. Video 2 was, the one that did really well was, we made an AI that will tell you why you should eat a diet of only butter. And that was the idea that was funny enough where it got all these views, and all these views converted into users. The users went to the link that I shared in the video. It was bestreasonswhy.com. And lots of people used our product. So it takes multiple angles. So the last thing that I want to share is, this is something that I'm going to try. I haven't tried it yet. I didn't actually think of it until now, but I think it'll be an interesting experiment. I'm literally going to go to another cafe and I'm going to use the same exact script and shots that I used for this video that was really successful promoting AIPodcastMatcher.com. I'm going to go to a cafe, a different one, and use the same exact script and the same exact shots and see how the video does. I think it'll be a very interesting experiment. And I've shared this on the show before. What's really cool is if a video does well, it's not just going to do well once. It's not like I made this video and it just did well only once, because I can share this video that popped off every 6 months or so. I have this principle. If people like it once, they're gonna like it again. I just shared, I'm also Repurpose.io's biggest affiliate. You can use reusevideo.com for that. It was a very similar story with that tool. I shared it in a bunch of different ways, and then I made this video. It was in another cafe, and I said, I think I fell into the illegal zone of social media, and I shared this tool and how it works. And that video has gotten 10 or 15 million views since then. That was February 2023. And I've shared that video every 6 months or so. And I just shared it a few days ago. And people were like, we saw the first comments were like, we saw this video a million times. This video isn't going to do well. Then also people were like, oh my God, this video only has 99 likes. So clearly you don't know what you're doing. That person who said that within like the first few minutes of the video, not realizing the video had just come out. Now the video has over 500,000 views a few days later. I've shared this video every 6 months. And every time that I share it, it gets lots of conversions. And this is SaaS with recurring revenue. So one conversion, it's someone who's going to use this for months or years. And I get, I think, 25% of what they pay in perpetuity. It's the same with AIPodcastMatcher.com. Both are tools that I have used. I still use reusevideo.com. I still use that every day. I talk about it all the time on the show. Podmatch, AI Podcast Matcher, I don't use as often because now I have this podcast of my own and I have my videos and my videos get so much reach. But if I was doing a crazy link building campaign, I would use it again. If I was doing a crazy link building campaign, like as I talked about for my newsletter, I would do that, yeah. Or if I didn't have my daily videos, I would still be using Podmatch. Anyway, that's the story that I wanted to share. I just think people give up way too soon with their marketing. They don't try all the angles to share their products and services. And sometimes it's the angles that you don't expect. For me, it was the most straightforward one. And I just hadn't tried that yet. I tried it from all these other angles that I thought were more interesting. Try a lot of things. Don't give up. Stick with something. And that is all for episode 582 of my daily digital marketing podcast. It is 7:30 a.m. You can see behind me the sun has not even risen yet. 582 podcasts in a row, days in a row, doing this show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.